It's all backwards. Hollywood has lost its way, and it makes you wonder if there's hope for good movies anymore. Well, look no further than RRR. This movie freaking rocks. It's almost like they studied the failings of modern entertainment and decided to make a film dedicated to righting the wrongs. They've taken two historical people and transformed them into over-the-top action heroes in what is one of the most fun, beautiful, and entertaining movies I think I've ever seen. This movie has creativity practically bursting from every scene, whether it be the dancing and singing, the action scenes, or the character moments.
This was so much fun. This was incredible. So there are action scenes cranked up to 11. There are dance scenes cranked up to 11. There are romantic interludes cranked up to 11. There are training montages cranked up to 11. All of it. And there's emotional bits cranked up to 11. Like, okay, this thing is absurd. And that is not derogatory in any way. It's absurd in the most glorious ways. This is, like, if I were to actually try and put it in American genres, this is effectively a superhero movie. It might as well be, for the way that it approaches.
We got to the end of this. First of all, this is one of the only movies, that I remember. I'm not saying it's the only, I'm saying it's one of the only movies that I can remember. When I finished it, I could have literally rewound it all the way back to the end and watched it straight again. I could have watched this movie again. The moment the credits stopped coming up, I could have flipped it straight back to the end and watched this whole thing again. That's first. Secondly, I cannot remember, we'd have to go back maybe to like Endgame or Infinity War, where I've had so much fun watching a movie. Like, I can't remember me watching a movie and having so much fun watching it and being like, wow, oh my days, oh, whoa, bro, whoa.
Like, I really didn't know what to expect and got everything from this.
He clicks a 3-hour Indian movie and we're like, haha, of course. That's funny, Mike. But then the film began. And then a 3-hour extravaganza ensued where I stood up out of my chair probably 5 times and yelled at the TV about the same amount of times that this is the best movie I've ever seen. This movie's bonkers, bananas, audacious, inventive, the most fun I've had watching a movie in a long time. It's why I've subsequently watched it like 3 more times, because thank the Lord, it's on Netflix, which is probably how you watched it. It's how I watched it the first time, and I was very, very, very lucky. I got to go see this film in a theater with a packed house full of people who had also seen it once or twice. And the sound, okay, maybe you saw Spider-Man No Way Home. And maybe you enjoy yourself a superhero movie, an MCU, you watch all the MCU movies or something. When that Spider-Man movie came out and we saw it in the theater, the roar of the crowd, and you know the parts, I won't spoil them here. There's like 2 or 3 scenes in Spider-Man No Way Home where the crowd was just clapping their faces off, right? That's like, what, 2, 3 times? In RRR, for 3 hours, that happened probably 25 times. Because it's just that crazy.
Fighting, dancing, singing, blood, laughs, tears. A complete fiction, but based on 2 real Indian heroes whose bromance is still a better love story than Twilight. RRR has it all. I'm going to tell you about this Indian Telugu language film you may or may not have heard of, but that you should definitely give a watch. It isn't for the faint of heart at 3 hours and 2 minutes long, but it is well worth the investment.
Lar is one of the greatest movie-going experiences I have had in years. It is pure enjoyment and adulation. And I'm not sarcastic. So what I was going to say before my alcohol-riddled brain kicked in was like, I've made every close friend I know watch this. And they've all been hesitant at the beginning because they think, oh, Peter's trying to force a bad, shitty, weird Bollywood film on me. I don't want to watch it. And then I have to explain to them, no, I sincerely enjoy this film and I sincerely think you will too. Every single person who's watched it, who's come back afterwards, has said to me, this is one of the greatest movies they've ever seen. This is one of the most enjoyable films they've seen in years. This is a fun movie experience. And so the analytical part of my brain would not let it go. I've seen the movie in total 3 times now. I've watched parts multiple times.
Talk that RRR might just get nominated for an actual Oscar, which would actually make history, because I don't think an Indian Bollywood or Tollywood movie has ever been nominated for an Oscar other than the international film like specific award, because I'm not. And here's the thing about me, I don't like to overhype things, and I know I'm hyping the shit out of this movie. I know that no matter how much I hype it, the movie's gonna surpass the hype, even if I've hyped it up so much that you're like, all right, well, there's no way it's that good, he's hyped it up for too long. I think the movie's going to like, oh, never mind, he was right.
Interesting. All right, I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
It's like, you want to see crazy action. We're going to give you a nice, simple story that has a good, strong theme in it. And then every action scene, we're going to milk for every drop of entertainment that we can. We are going to... we're going to just like empty the creativity buckets onto the screen. And I feel like they make choices and do things that would never be done in an American or Hollywood, I guess I should say, action sequence, because I feel like the audience would be like, oh, come on, or something. But the way they do it, and the style, and the looks on everybody's faces, and the way they film it, and the type of special effects they use, it all works. It totally feels like its own thing. And
if there is a single word to describe this movie, it is extra. Everything is extra. Everything is cranked up to 11 version of what it's gonna be.
The storyline was sick.
The storyline was bro.
The storyline was sick.
Bro, the story was sick,
bro. Like how
even the twists,
bro. Everything how they led you to that from the beginning with when you're in the village,
bro,
to them showing you the general, to them showing you who the shepherd is, to how things meet in the middle, to how it separates, to how it then meets back again, bro. Everything in this was sick. The action scenes, sick. The graphics, effects, sick. More than anything, though. More than anything, and I know I say this a lot, but I really, 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 when they get it spot on, and I feel like it makes the film complete when they do, the choreography of this film is absolutely epic.